is the Lambo and Cash show. Let's get it.
Hey, what's up, guys? We got episode 10. Finally, we reached 2 digits. Alright, so today, alright, we're going to go over some crazy stuff. But also today, we got bad news. Cash isn't going to be here. So, it's gonna be, we're still going to make it fun. It's not going to be as fun if Cash was here. But, I don't know what else to say. We reached 2 digits. Alright, so see you, Carlos.
Yes, guys. So Cash won't be here today, but however, good news is he should be on sooner than later. Like, I mean, he should be on sooner than you guys think. He may be on the next episode. So, but shout out to Cash. We will get at the very end just for Cash. You know, we're gonna cover something. You know, if Cash was here, but we're not gonna get into the whole thing of it. You know, we're just gonna do a little just react to a clip of Cash's sport just for Cash. You know, just to involve his sport.
To honor Cash for not.
Yes, to honor Cash. But that's at the very end, guys. But as Lambo said, we're gonna cover a lot of things. Obviously, the hottest thing, NBA Finals. We're gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on some football as well. I know it's the offseason of football, but Lambo, the football offseason, they always find to make some noise. They always find noise to make.
If y'all were looking, if y'all seen the trades they've been doing.
Yeah, like they always find ways to make noise even in their offseason. Like like trades that happen. We're gonna react to college football 27 covers that came out. So
I saw the covers. I saw the appreciate that.
Yeah, so we'll touch on that when we get into football topics. But however, we're on episode 10, guys. Episode 10. So before we start, Lambo, tell these people what they gotta do. It's on the screen right
now. Y'all already know, bro.
Put your mix on.
This is our 10th episode. Y'all should already know the hype about what I'm gonna say. Y'all better like. Y'all better share. Y'all better set notification bells. And most of all, come on, bro. Y'all gotta comment. Let's go. Let's get into it, bro. And so what I mean by comment, y'all I don't mean just comment a thumbs up. I mean y'all can to support us, but I mean ask us questions of ask us questions and tell us give us ideas of what to do next episodes. So we can entertain y'all. We're trying to entertain y'all, all right? So that's all I got to say to you, Carlos.
Oh, yes, for sure, guys. Comment your thoughts. And basically, you guys can pitch in your thoughts as well on what we can cover in the next episode, So like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Here we are live on YouTube. So please make sure to hit that bell icon so that you get notified of when we post these episodes, And then also one more thing, follow our Instagram, scrolling on the ticker right now at Lambo and Cash Show. We post sports news, podcast clips, anything related within the podcast will be on the Instagram. So please make sure, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon, set them to all notifications here on YouTube, and then follow the Instagram at Lambo and Cash Show on the Instagram. All right, Lambo, episode 10, where we made it to double digits, and let's kick this off. And how about let's start with a hot start, shall we? How about these NBA Finals? The hottest topic right now in the sports world is the NBA Finals. So here's what happened in Game 4. So obviously you guys can see 107-106. But I'm going to backtrack real quick. I'm going to backtrack in Game 3. So as you guys know, in Game 3, San Antonio has to travel to New York. And obviously people, a lot of the analysts, they were like, San Antonio, traveling to New York is different. So here was the warm welcome that the Spurs had into the Big Apple, New York. So here's the clip. So Lambo,
they were off the same, boo.
It's crazy, Lambo. The Spurs, they definitely got a warm welcome into the city of New York. So obviously in game 3, as you guys know, the Spurs, they won game 3. They made it 2-1. So now let's fast forward now to last night, game 4. So before we get into the analysis of game 4, as you guys know, in New York, large city, Lambo, large city, probably the biggest city in the country or the U.S., a lot of celebrities were in attendance. And if you guys been watching the playoffs, there has been a lot, and I mean a lot of celebrities in New York City over there in Madison Square Garden. So, Lambo, here's some notable names that were there. I know the screen is small, so basically I know the screen is small for you guys. I know, but it's a long list. It's a long list of names. So as you guys can see there, the notable celebrities that were there, as you guys can see there. So a lot of celebrities were in attendance. There was actually, Lambo, about 98 celebrities in attendance at Madison Square Garden. 98. 98. There were a mix of New York Knicks alum, Yankee players, Jets and Giants players, and then obviously the celebrities. So all that combined into one is 98 celebrities. So the notable celebrities that were there, Lambo, were Taylor Swift. As you can see there, she was in attendance. Ben Stiller, he's a huge Knicks fan. He's there almost for every game. Tracy Morgan, another one. Nas, the rapper Nas. Jerry Seinfeld. Jimmy Fallon. Fat Joe, rapper Fat Joe. Jimmy Fallon, he's a late night talk host. Timothy Chalamet, probably one of the biggest Knicks fans out there. Alex Rodriguez, former Yankee player. Woody Johnson, who is, by the way, the owner of the New York Jets. Woody Johnson. Jadakiss, Whoopi Goldberg, Tate McRae. Tate McRae is a Canadian singer. Tate McRae, if you guys don't know. Hailey Bieber, who is the significant other of Justin Bieber. Aaron Judge plays for the Yankees. Questlove, DJ. Amanda Serrano, boxer, professional boxer. She's a woman that competes in professional boxing. So shout out to Amanda Serrano. Jameis Winston, you guys know who he is, quarterback of the New York Giants. No, he's retired now, I think, Jameis Winston. I think.
Yeah, he's retired.
Yeah, he's retired, Jameis Winston. But he's one entertaining player, Jameis Winston. He's one entertaining player indeed. Won a Heisman of Florida State, actually, Lambo. Won a Heisman of Florida State. He's a national champion at Florida State. So Jameis Winston, he deserves a lot of love. Cam Scatterbo in attendance. Brady Cook, Javon Holland. Cam Scatterbo, yeah, from the Giants. Cam Scatterbo. Brady Cook, quarterback for the Jets. Brady Cook. Javon Holland, Isaiah Likely, Henrik Lundqvist, who is New York Rangers hockey. New York Rangers hockey legend.
Are you talking about Isaiah Likely from the Ravens?
The Isaiah Likely, but I think he's playing for the Giants now, Lambo.
Oh my god, I forgot, bro. We traded him.
Yeah, Isaiah Likely.
Did we trade him or did we put him as a free agent?
I think he was a free agent, I believe. Isaiah Likely. I think so. Or trade. I don't know, but I think he's with the Giants now, Isaiah Likely. Henrik Lundqvist, who is a New York Rangers legend, former hockey player. Adam Sandler, obviously, actor. Coach Calipari, who is the current head coach for Arkansas college basketball. And then last but not least, Chris Rock, who is actor. So those were the notable celebrities that were in attendance. There's Lambo. There's about like 40 other names, but I'm not going to list the other names because obviously we would be here for maybe another 10 minutes just reading those names. We would be here all day. But so those are the celebrities, but there was also some New York Knicks alum who were there in attendance, like Will Clyde Frazier, Bernard King, Charlie Ward, Jeremy Lin Sanity, Baron Davis, Meta World Peace, Patrick Ewing, New York Knicks legend, Carmelo Anthony, John Starks, Stephon Marbury, Larry Johnson, Marcus Camby, Latrell Sprewell played in the 1999 team, the last time the Knicks were in the finals, and then J.R. Smith, the notable names. of those New York Knicks alums. So Lambo, so what are your thoughts on all those names I just announced that were in attendance for Game 4?
Like, holy celebrities, bro. Like, only for game 4? I mean, I think about it. Like, I get if 90 celebrities went to, like, if it went to game 7. Probably even more, but 90 for game 4? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy indeed. And probably the reason why there was a lot of celebrities was because Lambo, now it's
New York.
3-1.
Huh? That was
Yeah,
what?
Oh yeah, because right now it's 3-1, so there's a potential. So there's potential that the Knicks might not even come back to the Garden for Game 5, for Game 6, because they'll play Game 5 in San Antonio. If they win Game 5, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
And they won't come back to the Garden. So probably celebrities were like, yeah, so let's go to Game 4. It might be the last time, maybe the last time the Knicks play there this season. So let's just go there and see whatever happens. And all those 98 people, those celebrities, and about a couple thousands in attendance, about 18 other thousand people, they probably would tell you that they just saw the biggest game of their life, the biggest comeback of their life. Not probably the biggest game.
Yeah, I think it was the biggest comeback in finals.
Yeah, so all right, so now that transitions to our analysis of the finals. So as you can see, they're in Game 4. So in the first half, guys, it looked ugly. It looked very ugly. The Spurs, it looked like they couldn't miss, Lambo. It looked like they couldn't miss. They were shooting about 60% from mid-range and from the 3. They could not miss to save their life. They could not miss. The Knicks, they just couldn't do anything because the Spurs were just making threes. They actually, in fact, Lambo, the Spurs, they made 14 threes in the first half. 14, 1-4. And by the way, Lambo, that's actually a record of the most threes from a team in a half in finals history. So the Spurs made history in the first half. They actually ended the first half up 27. They finished the half up 27. And the Knicks, they had to make adjustments. They made adjustments, as you can see there. They definitely made adjustments because they won the game. But to start the second half, the adjustments were visible from the start. Defensively, they looked better from the first half. They were rotating well. They were contesting shots. And the Spurs, they just went cold in the second half. They just went cold. And the Knicks, they just started to catch on fire. Jalen Brunson started to catch a run. Karl Anthony Towns started to become a little aggressive. Karl Anthony Towns, even though he was in foul trouble for the first minute of the game, Lambo. He was in foul trouble for the first minute of the game because he had 2 fouls.
Foul? Yeah, he had 2 fouls, right?
2 fouls to start the game. 1 minute in. 1 minute into the game, he had 2 fouls. So he had to sit out for the rest of the first quarter. Because of that, yes, guys. So in basketball, if you have 2 fouls to start the quarter, that is considered foul trouble because in the NBA, there's 6 fouls. Imagine if that was an AAU game, Lambo, where it's only 5. So with Cat, he was in foul trouble to start the game, but it didn't affect him later on. Coach Mike Brown did a good job of playing him to where he doesn't get fouled out. He played the whole game. He did not get fouled out. He was aggressive, getting rebounds. But, through all that comeback, at the end of the third, they were actually down only 17. So it was manageable. But then it just got crazy. Knicks, they went on a double-digit run. It came down to that final play. And then...
But, I mean, play the clip. Do you have the clip?
Yes, I do.
All right, before you play the clip, all the Spurs had to do when they got the ball, instead of him going for the layup, he should have just held the ball.
Yes, so I don't have the full clip of De'Aaron Fox on the steal. So, yes, so the Knicks had a chance to score, but however, the ball went on the other side of the court. De'Aaron Fox was able to get it. But however, instead of taking it out like what a veteran should do, because De'Aaron Fox, he is the most veteran guy on the team. By the way, he's the only one on the team that has played in a Game 7 before the OKC series. He was the only player that played in a Game 7 in a playoff series back when he was with Sacramento. But, you would think the veteran, he would take it out, get fouled, probably shoot 2 shots, and make it a 3-point game. But no, He went in for the layup, blocked by OG and Anunoby. They go down the court. They call timeout, the Knicks, so they call timeout. And then this happened.
Flat for Jalen Brunson. Allow him to operate at the top. 101. Brunson gets it. Fires up a three. Shot no good. The tip, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. With 1.2 remaining. Knicks take the lead. OG Anunoby. And it's 107-106. Bedlam here at the Garden. They can't believe it. Brunson's shot looked good and just came up short.
All right, so Lambo, before I get my reaction to it, what is your thoughts on that game winner? Oh, well,
all he had to do was hold the ball, but he tried being greedy to get more points. So then he got blocked, called a timeout. Brunson shoots a three. He bricks it, though. But then they tip it in, which is crazy work. Because I don't know how you just let someone tip in. There's like 7 people at the same spot, and he tipped it in. Like, I was thinking someone would, like, smack the ball. Because they were winning, right? But
they were winning, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But no, they don't do that. They tried catching the ball, so then he just has to tip it in. He goes, us, and then game. But that was crazy. That tipping was crazy, though.
That was.
I mean, the comeback though, like you said, they were up 27.
27, but they had to come back from 29 to 9.
Oh yeah, which is, I mean, awesome props, big props, huge props, massive props to the Knicks. And I don't know what happened to the Spurs after the second half. After the first half. I really don't know what happened, because after that, it was like they was on fire. Knicks did this, and then this. Knicks won by this much.
And then that's how the game ended. Yes, Lambo, exactly. Yeah, so exactly what you did. Exactly what you did is basically how the game was. Like this, then this, then this. They went here, a little bit here, and then that's how the game ended. So, yeah, so great analogy, Lambo, with that. But wow, yeah, the Knicks, they make the largest comeback in finals history with 29 points. And if you notice there, Lambo, the reason why they may have not gotten their rebound and didn't know OG was there because they weren't guarding the inbounder, and the inbounder was OG. The inbounder was OG, so nobody took care of OG because they were double teaming Brunson, Lambo. So Brunson got the ball almost a back court, by the way, because if that ball was a little bit to the left, it would have been a back court, and there goes the play, gets busted right there. But Brunson gets it. He thought it was going to be a one-on-one against Wemby, but then De'Aaron Fox comes in to double team. Brunson shoots it. It was a good shot, by the way. And by the way,
barely a miss. Barely it hit. It hit. So say this is the rim.
Yeah.
So this is the rim, right? And the ball went up.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the backboard. That's the rim. It went. But then he tipped it in. So.
Exactly. Yeah. And
that,
the ball. Yeah.
Which one do you think would have been more crazy? Hitting a three on double teamed against Wemby and whoever else, because I don't really know basketball. So hitting a three on them two, or the tipping. Which one do you think is crazy? Crazier.
I would say the Brunson three, just because you have to shoot it over Wemby, and Wemby, he's like 7'4", and his length is almost 8 feet. So getting that three over him. Brunson was, he did it before in the game. He did it before that moment in game 4. He shot it over Wemby, which is impressive stuff from Brunson. But luckily the ball went up, because if the ball would have went down.
If it would have went straight, it would have been cooked. But
Yeah.
What do you mean by if it would have went down?
If it would have went down, because here's the rim, right? Here's the rim.
All
Right?
right.
If it went down that way.
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't have tipped it in.
Yeah, exactly. And the ball would have bounced, and then
Yeah, so luckily Brunson got the hit where it goes on top instead of straight. Because if it goes straight like that, it's just going to go down. But since he shot over the top, it went like that, which it was easy to tip it for him to go.
Yeah, there you go. And it hits and it goes up. OG ends up getting it. Nobody got OG because they were worried about Brunson hitting the three. And luckily Brunson missed the three, because if he would have made the three, there would have been about 2
There
seconds.
would have been, there would have been like at least a few seconds for the Spurs to make a play.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 seconds. And the Spurs would have had a chance to, have a decent chance to score, but ended up being 1.2 seconds. You can't really do much for 1.2. As you can see on the final play, Stephon Castle got it. By the way, great play from the Spurs. And they almost executed Lambo. They almost executed that play. Castle kind of goes around Wemby. He was open, but however, I think the ball was tipped by Cat. That's the reason why the ball was short. Castle kind of had to come back. Josh Hart was there with his hands up, and he lost the ball. That's the game. But very good play from the Spurs, but it just doesn't execute. And then the Knicks, they win by 1. And Lambo. And the last time the Knicks won a championship was in 1973.
Yeah, 1971. So,
yeah.
It's going to be really huge. All right, so if the Knicks win, it's not only going to be huge for the Knicks, but it's also going to be huge for the NBA.
Okay,
Since
so
New York is such a big city.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it definitely is, Lambo. If New York wins, it'll definitely be great for the league. I see what you're saying there about good for the league that a big town wins a championship, like New York. It would be great. It'll be great. So speaking about the city of New York, obviously they do watch parties all around the place, all around the city. So here's Central Park. So Central Park, they did a watch party. And here is their reaction to winning the game. Not OG's tipping, but winning the game. So here's Central Park.
They're going crazy. And you see the tipping, and then it zooms out, and you see it. Someone took off their shirt and just started lassoing it, turning it like that.
Yeah, the thing was pandemonium. It was pandemonium over there at Central Park. So that's Central Park over there in New York, one of the watch parties. But now here's the clip of MSG, their crowd pop. I'm gonna say that their crowd pop because usually it gets quiet and then boom, it's like a spike. It's almost like a spike of volume. So here's a 26-second clip of MSG with no commentary. You just hear crowd noise. So here's a 26-second clip of OG's tipping. Here it is. Same, Lambo. What are your thoughts on that?
It's like, I haven't heard that noise until I went to that one OKC game against the Nuggets.
Oh yeah, that's right. You went to.
That was my first NBA game I went to.
Okay. Yeah.
It was loud, but that sounded even louder, probably because it's the finals.
Yeah, game 4 of the finals game, and that was a huge game, Lambo, because if they would have lost that game, it would have been 2-2.
Which are really close, but the difference from being 2-2 and then 3-1. So look, 2-2, 3-1, 2-2, 3-1. Big difference, because now which I'm not gonna lie, I think Knicks are gonna win. Let's be so fair, because Knicks have 3 games. Because they got game 5, they got game 6, and they got game 7. They got
Mhm.
3 games to win. One more game out of these 3. One more out of these 3. So
Mhm.
I think they're probably gonna win. If they already pulled off a 3-1 lead, they're probably gonna win. And everybody had the Spurs winning, and I was like, I did not go for the Spurs. Like I was gonna go for the Spurs, but I was like, nah, bro, I can't. They beat my OKC. Gotta go for the Knicks.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely true. Yeah, obviously the Spurs they beat the these the Thunder. Yeah, so the Spurs beat the Thunder. So trying to find who you got winning here. My book of predictions, guys. Yes, book of predictions. It's back. My little book of predictions. I don't think we even chose a winner for the finals on here. I don't even know.
No, we did.
We did?
Oh, for this, no, we did our playoff predictions.
Oh no. Yes, you did, Lambo. Yes, on May 12th. Yes, I put the date on things. May 12th. So you had Lambo. You had OKC New York.
Yeah, I had
Uh,
OKC in New York, but
and then you
that
had
didn't go out planned.
and then you had OKC winning, but hey, you had the Knicks in the finals though, which you're half right, half right. Same for me too. Had same OKC New York, but OKC winning. But
Oh yeah, no. You said the Spurs, or did you?
no, because no, and I think
I
I
remember.
said
No,
Hmm?
because I remember our schedule was like the same, but like you wanted to make like one tweak to it so it wasn't exactly the same. And I
yeah,
thought that was the tweak.
yeah, because yes. Yeah, because I said that we were like the same, so I just wanted to make a
Yeah.
tweak and say instead of San Antonio, I put Minnesota to win, just to make it different. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, so we had the same finals teams. It's just that we did, but it didn't happen that way with OKC New York. But we both had New York in the final, which half right. But obviously, we want to get the full thing right. But it's unfortunate. But the Knicks, though, they're up 3-1. They're only one win away. And usually, Lambo, the team who's up 3-1, they win 97% of the time. So if you're the Knicks, gotta close it out Saturday night. You don't want to give the Spurs a chance. And if you're the
Any hope?
Spurs,
You don't want to give them any hope.
oh no, you don't. And after that game 4, do the Spurs have hope, Lambo? Do they?
I mean, after getting. Okay, this is a really good question. I'm glad you asked this because.
Yeah,
See. After, I don't think they're gonna. Obviously, they're gonna say they have hope, but deep inside, I don't think none of the players have hope because after getting come back like that, after getting a huge comeback on you with 29 points and you sell the game, they don't got faith, bro. They have to win. Think about it. They have to win 3 games in a row, and the Knicks just gotta win 1. Like I said, they just gotta win 1, and
Mhm.
they're crowned the champions. But the Spurs gotta win 3 in a row, which, as you can see, uh, they only won 1. It's not even in a row. So yeah, I got Knicks. What about you, Carlos?
I'm gonna go Knicks too because I
Yeah,
just feel like if you're San Antonio, you're the Spurs. It's just that how do you come back from that? Because the Knicks, remember, Lambo, they did this to the Cavs last series in Game 1. New York, they were down in that game against Cleveland. Cleveland looked very good, but then New York came all the way back to beat the Cavs. And what happened that series, Lambo? What happened that series?
uh, uh, uh funny. Happened that series. Let's just say oh uh the Cavs they just kind of fell off, bro. They just kind of sold the whole game, the whole series,
They
and
got
then they won.
swept. Yeah. Oh yeah. So basically, they got swept. They got swept. So if you ask the Spurs, it's not likely that they can come back from this. It's hard, but
I got Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5. Okay, I may agree with you, Lambo. There with Knicks in 5. I'm gonna agree with you there. They're gonna win on the road in San Antonio.
I either got
And
them in 5 or 6. I'm not getting them in 7 because I know 7. Game 7's not happening. There's no way. But if
yeah,
a game 7 happens, imagine the momentum for the Spurs though.
that would
After
be,
already winning 2 games in a row, they're gonna
yeah,
be hyped.
yeah, it would be. It definitely would be. But even
I
if
mean,
it goes,
I'm not gonna lie, I definitely love to see a game 7. I definitely watch the whole thing, but probably not gonna, most likely not gonna happen after what we saw this game. After the momentum changed from, mm. But yeah, all right, see you
yeah,
guys.
yeah, maybe, yeah. We have the if the series hypothetically, I'm gonna say that hypothetically goes 7. I feel like the Knicks they would still win Game 7 because I've experienced this before, guys. I'm a Florida Panthers fan, NHL, and a Heat fan. I've experienced this twice, Lambo. So with the Heat, this was back in 2023 with the Eastern Conference Finals. They were up 3-0 or 3-1. No, 3-0 to the Celtics, and the game went to a Game 7. It went to a Game 7. And the Heat won. And the Heat won Game 7 in pretty dominant fashion. So the Heat ended up winning Game 7. With the Panthers in 2024, they were up 3-0, and it went to a Game 7, and the Panthers won Game 7. So I have experience with this.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Yeah, Lambo.
They let the team come back. 1, 2, 3, and then they just say,
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And if we would have had a cartoon animation of that, I would love to see that, like, doot, 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 like that. Like, I would love to see a cartoon animation of that.
Mhm.
But yeah, so basically like that, Lambo, it would be 3-0. The other team would win 3 games, go to a Game 7, and then the team who was up in the most of the series, they would just doink beat them in a Game 7. So I've experienced this before. But can happen. I don't know. There is a possibility of that happening. Not high, obviously, very low. But I guess we'll see what happens. So the Knicks, they win Game 4. Game 5 will be Saturday night. However, on the day of the recording, today is Thursday. So we're recording this after Game 4 and before Game 5. Lambo has Knicks in 5. I have Knicks in 5. And yeah, that's that. Jalen Brunson had a great game. 36.5 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and 3.
who do you think will be crowned MVP?
Great question, Lambo. And I'm glad you asked because after seeing that game, I think the finals MVP, if the Knicks win, should be OG Anunoby. And here's why. Here's why it should be OG. Because he's been the most consistent scorer for the Knicks in this series. Game 1, he was amazing. And people don't remember that fourth quarter, OG scored 8 straight points. Crucial 8 straight points to start the fourth quarter in Game 1. Game 2, he played very good in Game 2, despite they should have lost Game 2. But if it wasn't for Wemby throwing a pass that Castle wasn't even looking, the Spurs would have been up 1-1, and who knows what would have happened after that. But OG was good there. He was good in Game 3. He was pretty good in Game 3. And then obviously we saw in Game 4 how great he was in Game 4. So I would say OG and Anunoby. What about you, Lambo?
I say the same thing. After seeing that tipping, clutch, man. Yeah, but I count him MVP.
OG, okay. All right. People would say maybe Brunson because of how he plays, and I won't argue.
I see because how he plays, he's the leader of the team, so team captain.
Yeah, like the general public who doesn't watch maybe the finals as in, how do you say it, intact. Yeah, like as much, like actually watches the game, they're gonna say Brunson. Like they have to take a general guess, but if you actually watch the games, you probably would say OG. He would have a chance, but I won't be surprised if Brunson wins it either, if he wins it. But 2 great players. So yeah, Lambo, that's Game 4 of the NBA Finals, and Game 5 will be played Saturday night. We are filming this on a Thursday night, so we're filming this before Game 5. So that's Game 5. So when this comes out, it might have happened. Game 5, Knicks may be the champions, or there will be a Game 6. We'll see. So that is the NBA. And now let's get into some football. Change gears. Myles Garrett, Jared Verse. Huge trade. So this actually happened after my graduation, Lambo. Yes, if you guys did not,
nice.
if you guys did not know, okay. So let me see about the
From high school or college?
high school, Lambo, high school. Yes,
Nice.
yes. So
What college are you going to?
St. Thomas University. It's in Miami. It's a local school in Miami. I will be playing basketball there too. Yeah, so I'm gonna be playing basketball, and I'm gonna pursue my major over there. So,
Hey, what's your position in basketball?
shooting guard.
Shooting, yeah, I thought. From that clip, I thought.
Oh yeah, shooting guard. You already know. As you can see on that clip there, guys, for the intro video, if you leave me open, I'm gonna make the shot.
Yeah,
Don't
he
leave me
dreams
open.
it, bro.
Don't leave me open. Simple as that.
What's up?
Yeah.
It's getting like.
Yeah, and I'm glad I made that because during that game I kind of was off in that game, and I hit a 3 to start the game. And then I went a little cold, but then I made that 3 at the end, which was perfect, just perfect.
All right.
Cherry on top, but now to the football topic here. So this happened after my graduation, June 1st. So I was at the Hard Rock Casino Guitar because that was where we had our graduation. We had it at this stage, Hard Rock Live over there at the Guitar. So we're in the lobby of the Hard Rock Guitar, look at my phone, and then I see this. Myles Garrett, Jared Verse. At the time when I saw it, it wasn't official. It was developing, and I'm like,
Yeah, it was developing. Yeah, I saw it the day it happened, though.
Yeah, so I only heard about Myles Garrett, and I thought, oh my gosh, Myles Garrett with Jared Verse and Braden Fisk, and for the Rams, this is perfect.
Same, I thought that too. I was like, Myles Garrett with Jared Verse, because I didn't know at the time that it was a trade for Jared Verse. So I was like, oh my god, I was thinking, okay, what could they possibly have given the Browns for that to be a fair trade to get 2 times MVP, defensive MVP, Myles Garrett. And I was thinking, who could they possibly? And I was like, I really do not know what they could. I was thinking maybe they gave Puka up, but that would have been a bad trade because Puka is like that. No glaze, no glaze. I was like, but they do need receivers. And I was really thinking, I was like, could they have done Jared Verse for defensive and defensive? And I was like, I mean, that would be I don't know if that would have been an all right trade, but it might have been good for the Browns because Jared Verse is younger, but also Myles Garrett has more experience. And I was thinking, who could they possibly have traded? And I just was like, I'll just wait until I see it. And then later I saw it and I was like, oh. And I was like, imagine all-star team with Myles Garrett and Jared Verse though.
Yeah, it would be with those
quarterbacks would be having the worst time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely was. So then I saw the details of it, and they put Jared Verse on there, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that definitely makes sense. But Jared Verse used to play at Florida State. I've been following him since Florida State. He transferred from a small school to Florida State, where he flourished at Florida State, become an NFL prospect, drafted by the Rams, and he's been doing great ever since. And now he's with the Cleveland Browns. I don't really like where he's at, Lambo. He's in Cleveland.
He doesn't like it either. I know he doesn't like it. He's saying he'll like it, but bro, like if you see him, bro, he's mad, bro.
Yeah, I know. Like you're in Cleveland. There's not much sun in Cleveland.
There's not
cold.
Much. Okay, for being so pro about football, in Cleveland, there's not much good players.
Yeah, no,
that's probably why he was mad, and also your team name, the Browns.
Yeah, it doesn't look attractive. It doesn't look attractive. The uniforms don't look attractive at all. They look old school. And it's not attractive to the new school people like Lambo. Like for you, I wouldn't be surprised if you wasn't attractive to the Browns because of their uniforms, of them being brown. You think a new school like the Rams uniforms, colorful, beautiful, kind of with that new school vibe, and not like that old.
Not
School.
like the old school darkish, because it just doesn't fit the vibe.
Yeah, like exactly.
Especially like brown, brown's such an ugly color. Like not in general, but like on jerseys.
Yeah.
I don't like brown on my football jerseys, and I don't think Carlos, you would like brown on your basketball jerseys.
No, no, I wouldn't, and I don't see the Browns as attractable either, and I feel bad for Jared Verse. I do because outside of those uniforms, the weather there is just not good. Most
the
of
vibe, the fan base.
Well, Lambo, the fan base in Cleveland, they do have one of the best sports fan bases in Cleveland.
Yeah, but like
about their teams, Lambo in Cleveland. So that's one thing I wouldn't.
The chances of making playoffs, I don't think. I just feel so bad for Jared Verse. He's such in a good spot, probably happy in LA, and then just finds out he gets traded to the stinky old Browns.
Yeah, definitely from sunny LA to Cleveland, the Midwest. But Lambo, so that's the trade. Myles Garrett, Jared Verse and Myles Garrett now with the Rams. Jared Verse now with the Browns. The Browns, I believe they receive a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and a third-round pick. That's what
I know. They received a first-round pick of the 2026 draft. 2027. Second-round pick of the 2028 and third-round pick of the 2020. If I can remember, that's it, right?
Let me.
Because the pick went up and the year went up, so it was like next year. So 2027 it was first round, 2028 it was second round, and 2029 it was third round.
Yes, so it's a 2027 first round pick, 2027, a 2028 second round pick.
Yeah, I knew it.
And then a 2029 third round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lambo, that's the trade. Obviously, Myles Garrett now with the Rams, and then Jared Verse with the Browns. So who do you think is going to benefit from this from the long term? Like, who do you think is going to benefit?
Long term, Rams.
Rams. Okay. All right, the Rams.
They already got a good squad. Because really, the Browns, they don't really got like an all-star that sticks out. They got I think two all-right players, but if we're talking all-stars, they got none. Jared Verse will probably be the only all-star on their team, which means their offense still sucks though.
Yeah, would be. Yeah, definitely would be. So for the quarterback position, there's about 3 right now over there in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders. Yes, Shedeur is in Cleveland, guys. And Dylan Gabriel. So you have Quinshawn Judkins, Dylan Sampson, Raheem Sanders, Amani Marshall for the running back room. And then Jerry Jeudy, who's there in New York and Cleveland. Cedric Tillman, Jamari Trash, THRASH, not trash as in trash bag. And then, that's really all the, I guess, offense, Lambo, I guess you can say. I guess, for offense for the Browns. And then obviously for the defense, there's not really much high-profile names. Isaiah Bond, punt returner.
Punt returner. I really got, I got this itchy spot right there on my leg, man.
Yeah. All right, yes. Denzel Ward for the defense. That's probably one of their high-profile names. Denzel Ward from Ohio State. But not really much. And then you got Jared Verse there for the Browns. So that's what the Browns are looking like. And then for the Rams, now you get Myles Garrett in. Braden Fisk and the Rams. They stay as a contender, Lambo, because even though you lose an All-Star, you get an All-Star. So it's like a put in place basically. So yeah, Lambo. So that's Jared versus Myles Garrett, and now let's talk about the second big news with AJ Brown. AJ Brown.
He's probably happy. I know he's happy. He probably gets to be on a better team than his quarterback, just throwing him dunks all the time. But yeah, I know that's really short, but I really don't want to speak long about this because I'll keep going on and on and on about how sucky his team was this year. But man, I know he's happy. He's in a better spot. Got a pretty better QB. Yeah. See you, Carlos.
Yeah, definitely, Lambo. So AJ Brown, as you guys know, a lot of drama in Philadelphia. There was a lot of drama involving AJ Brown and the offense and Jalen Hurts. So it was kind of it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when AJ Brown was going to get
not if, when.
Yeah, so he got traded on June 1st, and he went to the New England Patriots. The place that was probably number one on his list if he was going to get traded, and he ended up going there. So he's with New England now, and Drake May, he has some people that he can throw it to over there in New England. So you have, obviously, for the offense, Drake May at quarterback, Travion Henderson for the running back position, AJ Brown, Hunter Henry, tight end, and then Kayshon Boutte from LSU. So those are the playmakers you got over there in New England. So you got AJ Brown on one side, Kayshon Boutte from the other, Hunter Henry as a tight end, Travion Henderson as a running back, and then Drake May as a quarterback. Lambo, what are your thoughts on that offense?
That's gonna be good. They're gonna be ready for that matchup against the Seahawks week 1.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, and if you guys didn't watch episode 9, we played that throwback. We played that throwback of basically Lambo getting his prediction right. And Lambo, I may have that clip still, and I do. So if you guys didn't watch episode 9, here's the clip right here of episode 3 of prediction. Here it is. March 30th, 2026, and the game's on September 9th. So I want you guys' predictions. Who do you think Seattle will play on their opening night in Seattle? Who do you think?
I already answered this question.
Yeah.
I think they're going to play the Patriots. And
that clip will always stay.
That,
that clip will always stay there, Lambo, because that's going to be one of the all-time classics. You just getting that right.
I want to play that. I want to play that again. I know it's going to be overused, but I want to play it after we talk about game 1. Because obviously we're going to go over that topic, right? About the Super Bowl rematch.
Oh, yeah, definitely when it gets that time over there in September. So.
And by the way, guys, I don't know if Carlos knows, but I'm going to make, once football comes, these episodes are going to be an extra hour long. Because it's about my favorite topic. And I'm going to be talking way more, guys. Way more. So it's going to be it. So if y'all really like watching our episodes, y'all can be in once football season comes.
Yeah, definitely when football season comes, we'll definitely talk more football in regards to basketball. So when basketball goes down, obviously we're going to talk a lot of football. But with football, we're going to talk about college football and NFL. So it's kind of, you get a 2-in-1 here with football. You get college football and you get NFL. You get
yeah, Carlos already had his 2-in-1. Bro, Carlos, I just realized.
Yeah.
The last time that Cash was on this episode was when we were doing our predictions for not NBA, college basketball. It was remember it was he didn't like these two towns. He was going for the other one because he said if he picked this one, his uncle and aunt or his grandparents would get mad at him. What were those two teams? Because I remember that was the last episode we talked to Cash, really. So, I talked to Cash.
Yeah, Lambo. So that was Michigan and Michigan State. So he didn't like Michigan.
Guys, that episode was so long ago, bro. I'm really starting to miss Cash on this podcast. Because Now it's just like it's just not the same. Because when Cash is here, we got 2 little kids and a 1 grown adult. Well, I guess I would say, a grown adult. Because I mean, he is a grown adult, but he does act like us though. That's why I like Carlos. Because if Carlos was just a grown adult and like he's mature, but if he's like super mature, it'd be boring. But I'm glad to have this Carlos and not any other Carlos. Yeah. But
Yes.
enough with the glazing. Enough with the glazing. Let's get back.
No, you're good, Lambo. It's true. It's I know you. I have you. I have Cash. Obviously, I don't want to be the boring type of person. I try to, want to be like you guys because obviously I'm around, guys like you, Lambo and Cash. So I try and like have that youthful energy. I still have that youthful energy. I'm still have that when I'm older, obviously, but I guess we'll see down the line. But with AJ Brown, I don't know how we got so off topic, but here it is with AJ Brown. He's with the Patriots now with the Eagles. So yeah, so just a quick topic on AJ Brown. AJ Brown now with the Patriots. And
What was the trade for? What did the Eagles get out of this? Because I don't know what the Eagles got out.
I think it was a first round pick and a 5th round pick.
Only
A 2028 first round pick and a 2027 5th round pick.
Oh.
Yeah. So 2 picks. So 2 picks. And
Did you
then
pass up like on a pick and get like money? Or is it like you have to do the pick? Because I just thought of that.
Well, and it would be nice to get a pick because obviously, you can use that pick, to build your team. But and I think also money can get involved too. Like I've seen trades where money is involved, like with trades. So, but it's better to have like draft picks because obviously you can use those draft picks, Lambo, to build your team, have at least a youth foundation, at least have a foundation, grow that foundation for the future. So probably draft picks are better than
I see what you mean.
Because in money, you can, get it from other stuff like season ticket holders, merch, money like that, parking, tickets, because tickets are massive rate, which which by the way, speaking about NBA Finals, we're gonna get into that game 3 with the ticket price. We'll talk about that later, but that's AJ Brown. Go into the Patriots, and then now this one, the last but not least.
The return of Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham Jr., guys.
Bro, gonna hit the one hand again.
The last time he's playing the game. Okay, so Lambo. So trivia question here, guys. So what year, Lambo? A year, not the date, because obviously the date would be too much. But Lambo, what year was the last time OBJ played his last game in the NFL? Year.
Okay, I got one question before I answer that. Was it like his catch like in 2013?
No, it wasn't 2013. And it was actually recent, because he went from the Giants to another team, and then he played
his
for
one-handed catch was recent? Like the 3 fingers?
No. His one-handed catch was in 2016, but he didn't. But he played for another team after the Giants, though, and then he played for another team after that other team.
Yeah, I know he swapped. Like he went through like at least 5 or 6. Let me think. So the last game he had was probably. I remember hearing about he went like on a jet ski, like a boat, yacht party, or basically a boat party by the Charlie. 2018?
No, not 2018.
All right, 2022 then.
Close. Not 22.
Oh, wait, I thought that was it because didn't he go from the Giants to the Dolphins?
No, before the Dolphins, he went to another place. But the Dolphins was the last team he played for, Lambo. So you got half right there.
Okay, hold on. So, he went to the. He went to the Rams, right?
Yes, he did play.
And he won that Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, so he went from the
Oh,
Commanders.
2021.
No, he went from Commanders to Rams, but then from the Rams, he went to the Dolphins. He went to the Dolphins basically, I guess, to end his career. But at the time, we thought it was the end of his career, but now he's with the Giants now. But when was his last game? But you were close with 2022, though. You were close.
2021, right?
Not 21.
No, okay, 2020.
Not 2020. You're getting colder, Lambo.
Don't tell me it's 2019, bro. There's no way.
No. It wasn't 19.
23?
Close, not 23.
Wow, there's no way. Because his last game was not no 24, right?
2024, yeah.
No, what? With
Yeah.
the Giants?
No, with the Dolphins. His last game was with
Oh, I thought you asked me his last game with the Giants.
Oh, no. No. The last game he played in the NFL.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, like the last game he's played in the NFL, because remember, he went to
Oh,
another
oh
team.
my God, that's what I was just guessing. I thought you said the last game he played with the Giants before he went back. And I was like, he played with the Giants way back. That was his first team. So I was over there guessing 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020.
I see, okay.
I didn't know you said the Dolphins. I definitely would have said 2024 because I knew that. I watched the Dolphins in 2024 because they were actually pretty good that year.
They were. So his most recent game was on December 8th, 2024, as a wide receiver for the Dolphins against the Jets, against the New York Jets. So that was his last game in the NFL. But now he's back with the Giants, guys. As you guys know, he got drafted by the Giants, Lambo. He got drafted for the Giants, played 5 years with the Giants before he got traded to the Commanders for Washington. And obviously with the Giants, that was his prime. Obviously, everyone knows the one-handed catch.
He said.
Yeah, with the one-handed catch on Sunday Night Football. Changed recess forever in people's eyes. Changed recess forever.
You said recess?
Recess, yes. Yes, recess. RECESS. Elementary school recess. Yes, changed.
Oh, yeah. I remember we used to play football. And we all used to try to do the one-hand recreation. And we would do it, but we were too scared. Like back, like when we were like in second grade, we would do it, but we were too scared like hit the ground, like how he did.
Yeah, because you don't want to do too
And like
much.
when we played, it was just grass and like dirt, so we were really scared. And I didn't play receiver though. I was throwing dimes in second grade.
Also second grade, and then Lambo, you're in what grade now?
Going to 6.
Going to 6. Okay, so you've been throwing dimes for years now. You've been throwing dimes for years now.
Yeah, second grade was really when I was like 8. So it was really when you start throwing in football. Because I started football in flag, but like in flag, you don't really throw that much. It's just running.
Yeah.
And then when I was 6, I think I did flag again. And then when I was 7, I did Pee-wee. But in Pee-wee, we threw just a few times. But which when I was in first grade. But when I was in second grade was really when we started really throwing.
All right. Okay. Right. Yes, so that's OBJ, guys. One-handed catch in New York. Had his prime with the Giants, and then now he's back with the Giants. And I compare this move, Lambo, to the Damian Lillard move. Because as you guys know, Damian Lillard is with the Portland Trailblazers now. Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, he got traded from the Bucks to the Trailblazers. He had to sit out for a year because of his Achilles tear. So that's why he didn't play for a year. But he will play next year with the Portland Trailblazers and kind of maybe go into the sunset of his career. Basically just end off his career with the team he originally played for. I guess OBJ wants to do the same, which I'm perfectly all right with. But Lambo, so what are your thoughts on this move, OBJ to the Giants?
I mean, every Giant fan I know, they're hyped. They get to see Odell again at their stadium, and actually playing for them in their stadium. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's really cool to see someone that was there like so much years ago just to come back, and then it's definitely gonna be his last year though, right?
Maybe. Yeah, and maybe.
Because this will be his 11th year.
I believe so. I do not know. I gotta search that up.
Because he did this catch in his rookie year, right?
I think he did that catch. He did it in 2016, and he maybe got drafted in 2014.
Oh, dang. This might be his 13th year.
OBJ has been in the league for 12 years. He got drafted in 2014.
Yeah, so then this will be his 13th year, right?
His
2027, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I guess you can say that like 12, 13 years in the league. So, yeah. So OBJ, tail end of his career, but he's with the Giants now, Lambo. So do you think OBJ will be a benefit to this Giants offense with Jackson Dart?
Yeah, for sure. Now they got Cam Scatterboo, they got Jackson Dart. They're really building up their offense.
Mm-hmm.
Really working on the offense. Yeah, but that's all I have to say because we're kind of going too much on this topic.
We are. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've been talking a lot about these topics. So that's OBJ with the Giants. And now let's. Okay. So Lambo, just a quick topic here before we move on. Covers, college football.
Oh yeah, covers.
So
I watched his cover, bruh.
Yeah.
He was so excited to wear his grills, bruh. That's why he's smiling at that. Because I remember he was flexing his grills like on the previews. All you see was.
Yeah. So Lambo, so do you know these three players on the cover?
Not really.
No. Do you want to guess though?
I told you I don't really watch
No?
college that much.
Okay, I got you. So the middle one, that's Malachi Toney from Miami. Malachi Toney, who's been amazing. Dante Moore from Oregon, quarterback. And then Keywan Lacey from Ole Miss. So three up-and-coming star players for college football. So that's the regular edition. Here's the deluxe edition with everybody on it. So Lambo, all I'm going to ask you is, which is your favorite cover? Deluxe edition or the regular edition?
Let me see the deluxe one. The deluxe one. It just, I know, like, if you're going for tough vibes, the regular one, but the deluxe one is just funny. Look at him. Look at that coach, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's Chris Ignetti, national champion.
They're all just having, yeah, I think they would, if they were going for just having fun, they definitely pick the deluxe one. But if you're going for, make your thing look tough, definitely the other one, though.
So you would prefer the regular?
No. I like that one. It just brings out like it just makes it more fun. More funny, fun.
Gotcha. Yes. Okay, so that's College Football 27. It should be coming out in July, guys. July. Keep on the lookout. College Football 27. All right. Here's the World Cup locations, guys. Yes, the World Cup's going on right now. They just played the first game, Mexico versus South Africa from Mexico City. And Mexico won 2-0 against South Africa. Dominate them in dominant fashion. But we're not going to get further into that because Mexico dominated that game and it's all Mexico. But Lambo, here are the locations for the World Cup: LA, San Francisco, Seattle, all the way up to Vancouver, Toronto, with Canada. So you have Canada, US, and then you got Mexico involved as well. Miami there. Obviously.
One of them's going to be in Dallas?
Yeah, in Dallas.
Where? Where's it going to be played? Like in Dallas?
Maybe the AT&T Stadium. I'm not sure.
How are they going to play soccer in the AT&T Stadium?
Oh, no. That's probably the only, 9 FIFA World Cup games at AT&T Stadium. But, however, Lambo, they're not allowed to call it AT&T Stadium because if you know FIFA, they have exclusive partners and sponsorships. So they have to call AT&T Stadium Dallas Stadium. So with these cities, like, for example, Kansas City Stadium with Arrowhead, Miami Stadium or Hard Rock Stadium, so things like that, Lambo. So those are the locations, Lambo, of the FIFA World Cup. I just wanted to show you, Lambo, how basically locations of this beautiful World Cup that's going on right now. And then now let's play the team send-off. So, as you guys know, countries have their final games, before they go to the World Cup, and they do a little big celebrations like fireworks, things like that. So I'm gonna play four clips, and then 5 countries. So here's the first clip with Paraguay. So Lambo, so basically you're just gonna watch the clips one by one. And basically at the very end, after I play all the clips, you're just gonna tell me which one is your favorite. So here is Paraguay. They're sent off.
That much fireworks?
Yeah, so here's Brazil's. Lambo, here's Brazil's.
O momento do batismo! Batiza, Dodô! Vai com Deus! Derrama, Dodô! Derrama! Pois ele vem! O Hexa vem!
Sized.
Here is Panama.
Para que vaya con mucha alegría, con entusiasmo, con la adrenalina puesta a 1000, para que pueda viajar y alcanzar por fin la victoria aquí en el Aeropuerto Internacional de Tocumen. Es el momento que estábamos esperando, Panamá. Es el momento donde allí dentro están nuestros seleccionados, el cuerpo técnico que aspira a ganar por primera vez en un partido del Mundial, que aspira a poder cantar el himno y luego decir alcanzamos por fin la victoria. Acá nos mojamos, pero eso no es impedimento para...
Long clip there at Panama, the Spanish commentary on point. So here is Senegal send-off. But
so far, the second one is my favorite. The Brazil opening where the plane gets baptized.
Brazil? Okay. All right.
Yeah, because the plane gets baptized.
So here's Senegal's send-off. It may not be as chaotic as you think. Here it is.
Très important, une fois qu'ils prennent marque, 5 minutes après, on enlève. Je présente la chef Jara aussi qui est avec moi au dessert en pâtisserie. Enchanté, merci beaucoup. Ça partira à la chaîne. Ouais, il y a eau plate et eau pétillante. Et d'ailleurs, on va le monter au beurre. Donc je vous remercie infiniment d'être là. Il faut envoyer très vite les desserts ensuite.
C'est le chef Abdou.
Senegal with a calm dinner. Just a calm dinner for Senegal. All right, and then last but not least, we have Germany. Not a clip for this one. It's just a little thing to show their appreciation of.
I will go if I'm lucky. I'm lucky gonna choose second one. Just like the joke of the plane getting. I mean, I know it's not a joke, but you know what I mean. Reference to the plane getting baptized.
Yeah. Okay. Brazil. Okay. All right, with Brazil. Okay. All right. So, yeah, a lot of
it's like they're saying. It's like they're basically saying like quote from the Bible. What's your favorite quote? Mine's Philippines 4:13.
I don't really have a favorite quote, I don't, but I do read the prayers that Coach T says me. Yes, Coach T.
Yeah, my dad always shows me his phone. You know how my dad runs the stuff. He always tells me this stuff. Like when before summer break, every morning, when I would eat my breakfast, my dad would give me his phone and I'd read the quote while I eat my breakfast before I go to school.
Yeah, amen. I love it. And Coach T always sends me prayers every day. So shout out to Coach T. He sends it to people like you, Lambo, on the mentorship group chat. On a lot of group chats that Coach T has, he sends it there. So shout out to Coach T sending those prayers every day because helps us get through the day, helps us blessed to get through the day. So shout out to Coach T. Hopefully we get Coach T on soon. Coach T should get on.
Yeah,
soon.
for sure.
Should. But okay, so Brazil's your favorite, Lambo. Okay, Brazil your favorite. Brazil. So World Cup's going on right now, guys. So keep on the lookout with the World Cup. So from now all the way till July, World Cup will be going on. So stay tuned. All right. So now let's get into unbelievably crazy, and it's a football topic. College football. All right, guys.
Okay. So I'm not gonna lie. Carlos told me about this earlier. College football games on Fridays usually play around 7, but this one's gonna be a 4 p.m. game. 4 p.m. So kinda in the afternoon. I'm just kind of piggybacking off what Carlos said for my preview for this episode. So, I that's really all I gotta say. I mean, I see the teams.
Yeah, Lambo. So that is Army versus Temple. It'll be a
I know it's
conference
Army.
game.
I didn't know that was Temple, but I knew that was Army.
Yeah, so Army will be taking on Temple on a random Friday, September 25th. Yes, I know random Friday is not a holiday. It's a random Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Eastern time, guys. So for you, Lambo, it'll be 3 p.m.
3?
It'll be 3 p.m. for you.
That's gonna be like after school, like
Literally.
right when school ends, because my school ends like around 3:15, 3 to 3:15.
And that's why this is unbelievably crazy because because if you're an Army fan or a Temple fan and you're in the Central time zone or even Pacific time zone, you may have to watch this in school. And I don't recall a time where you watch college football in school because they usually try and, make the times like in the evening so that you're able to watch and there's no distractions. But like you wouldn't think
obviously you'll probably be allowed to watch it. You're gonna be in college, so.
Oh, no. For me, I'm good. No. For me, I'm good. My schedule is.
Oh yeah, you're 4 p.m. But me, I'm not good, and our teacher definitely will not let us watch stuff in class.
Yeah, for you, Lambo, yeah, it's going to be maybe a little difficult. And then for those people in the Pacific time zone, it's going to be extra difficult for them because it's going to be 1 p.m. for them. So, yeah, so that's.
It really hurts me when you said the date September. I don't like hearing dates that are out of summer right now.
Okay, so let's move on. So that's
yes.
college football season, a 4 p.m. kick on a Friday. And then now.
Oh yeah, here's the tickets. Oh, cheapest ticket for game 3. Yes. I'm not gonna lie, guys. When I looked at this picture, I didn't use my brain, and I kind of said, "Oh, $10." And I thought, this is what I thought. I know it's 10,372, but I thought it was like the cheapest is $10, and then the next cheapest is 372. But I was dumb until Carlos told me. I was like, oh snap, 10,372. Yeah, but 10 fans just to watch a game. That's like big money right there just to watch a game. I get if you're like a hard-time fan and you're rich, but like for regular people, dang, bro.
Yeah, Limbo. Probably back in the day, back in 1973 when they won the championship, yeah, tickets, probably the most expensive ticket would be $10 back in 1973. But obviously with 2026, inflation, things like that, and plus the president of the United States was in attendance for that one. So obviously tickets were skyrise, and there you go, $10,000. So yes, just wanted to touch on that. Obviously the cheapest ticket via Vivid Seats. So it may be different from another site like SeatGeek, Game Time, but via Vivid Seats, $10,000. All right, last but not least, it's UFC. So we're gonna dedicate Cash with this one. Obviously, if Cash was here, we'll be talking about UFC Freedom 250. I know he's hyped about this one. He's been talking about this Lambo since when it was announced, and we actually covered this when it was announced. And I kind of thought it was a bit too early, but I'm like, screw it. It's at the White House, just things like that. But we're not going to go too in-depth with it. As you guys can see, you guys, the poly market odds there with that. So if you want, you can, look at the polymarket odds and probably make your picks from there. But we're not going to get into that. We're just going to show you the time lapse of how they built this mini arena,
the octagon,
in the front lawn of the White House. So here is the clip, the time lapse
in front of the White House, outside.
The front lawn, outside.
That's where the fight's gonna be taken, outside.
Yeah, outside. So
free tickets.
Here it is. Here.
That's crazy. I didn't know their lawn was that big. I know, obviously, it definitely is that big, their front lawn, but that big to build a whole entire arena? It's crazy work right there. Crazy work. That was pretty cool. I like watching that time lapse.
Yeah, it was, pretty peaceful with the instrumental, and then obviously pretty satisfying just watching how they built that octagon. That's just amazing. So shout out to UFC. But I heard the tickets, they're not going to be for the public. You got to be invited for this one. But they said you can get tickets for watch parties and stuff. I don't know, but that's what's going on. That's this weekend at the time of the recording on a Thursday. So that will be this weekend coming up for Freedom 250. Shout out to Cash. I'll try and watch. I heard it's not pay-per-view. I think, I don't know, but
is it gonna be on Netflix?
No, it's gonna be on Paramount Plus.
Oh, Paramount Plus.
On Paramount Plus. So there may be a subscription involved, but no additional pay-per-view to get that. So that's that, Lambo. Episode 10 in the books. We cover a lot of stuff. NBA Finals, football, World Cup. Try and touch on the World Cup. 4 p.m. kick on a college football on a Friday. Kids in the Pacific time zone may have to watch this game in school at 1 p.m. during lunch. And then
Hey Carlos, I'm gonna cut you off right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask one question. Next episode, could my dad will really be excited if we go over this topic. I want to surprise him, and I want to go over the hockey finals, because I know my dad's favorite team is the Golden Knights, and they're in the finals right now.
Yes, of course. I don't know if you've been Lambo.
I've been watching. My dad has it on the TV, so I low key been watching.
Yes, of course. And Lambo, I don't know if you've been you or your dad's been seeing the Be Ready Sports podcast. Or yes, by the way, if you guys can follow the Be Ready Sports podcast, that's our brother channel. That's our brother channel over there, the Be Ready Sports podcast with Coach T. We also post sports stories there, but I post stories there about the Stanley Cup final. So I'm invested what's going on with the Stanley Cup final going on right now with the Vegas Golden Knights, Carolina. I love what's going on this series. And yes, Lambo, of course, we can talk about this. And plus, if you want your dad to be on for this next episode for the Stanley Cup final, I'm down to do that. I would love to talk some hockey. Love to talk some hockey. Championship hockey. There's nothing like it. But we reached the end, Lambo. So tell them, what do they got to do, Lambo? It's on the screen, and then add your mix to it.
Hey, I'm going to be loud. Everybody in my house is going to hear this. All right. Y'all gotta like. Y'all gotta share. Y'all gotta sub. Most of all, y'all already know. Y'all gotta comment. Let's go, bro. So, you already know I said this. If y'all don't know what I mean by comment, tell us what you liked about this episode, what you want to see more of, and what you want to see, besides what we've been doing. What's a topic? It can be a sports topic. It doesn't even have to be a sports topic. We could do a topic for unbelievably crazy, because those topics Our unbelievably crazy is sports plus like just random stuff outside of sports. That's why we call it unbelievably crazy. So if you want to see us talk about stuff like that, give our opinions, states, or if y'all want to see, just like give us heads up of what y'all want to see, because we're trying to entertain y'all. We're putting time, effort to entertain y'all. Make sure y'all happy. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, and that's really all I gotta say. All right, before we go though, where can they find you at, Carlos?
You guys can find me on Instagram at D_enforcer, lowercase d underscore enforcer, lowercase enforcer 33. Lambo, where can they find you?
Y'all can find me on Instagram, Lamborghini_Landon. I got a big milestone. I'm pushing. Can y'all please help me out and follow? I'm really trying to get 5K by the end of this month. Really, even if it's not at the end of this month, I'm really trying to get 5K right now. So, but where can they find Cash at again? Beach Boys, JJJ.
Beach Boys _BJJ. His link
Yeah.
will be down in the link in description. Also Lambo's too, also mine's. You guys can find them link in the description. All right, guys. Episode 10 in the books. We're in the double digits now. We're in the
double digits. Just wait. All right, guys. When we get to the 3 digits, though, which is probably gonna be long time, maybe even a short time. Maybe we might get to episode 50. Do you think by Christmas or sooner?
Maybe sooner than Christmas.
Sooner, yeah. And then we'll probably get to episode 100 next summer, guys. Which maybe even sooner, but that's gonna be huge, guys. Episode 100. But we shouldn't worry about that because that's in a very, very, very long time. But yeah, we got episode 10 in the books. We reached double digits. All I really have to say. And before I go though, I'm gonna remind y'all, like, share, subscribe, and notification bells, and y'all already know. Comment. Peace out.
And follow our Instagram, guys, at Lambo and Cash Show. That's Lambo. This is me, Carlos Rios. And we out, guys. See you guys, episode 11.
See y'all. Episode 10 in the books.